Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do some Jimin. I am so excited for this. I did watch the Set Me Free Part 2 music video along with the dance practice. It is on the channel if you want to check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But we're gonna do the like crazy music video he just came out with. And I'm excited. I don't watch like teasers or anything like that usually with music videos because I like to go in not knowing anything. So I haven't heard any of this. I haven't seen any of this. Like anything pretty much like besides the promo photo and stuff and like that he's put out. So I am so excited to see how this sounds and looks. I feel like he's gonna go a little bit of a different route than Set Me Free. Maybe a little bit of a softer or like smoother vibe and everything, because I feel like it's gonna be a little bit different than what he did put out, but still has like that Jimin kind of like feeling over it. So I'm just really excited. I know he's come out with or at least he's doing a few live performances and stuff, and he did have like an interview with Jimmy Fallon and everything. So I'm gonna try to check those out. They might get blocked on YouTube, so I'll try to put them on here. If not, they'll be on Patreon and stuff. And I do want to listen to his full album too, like all the songs and stuff on it. So we're gonna do an album listen of that too. I don't know when that'll be up, but I just know that I am doing that. Which I'm really excited for because I am so excited to see just Jimin express himself, like, like more than just one solo and stuff, just to see the different sides of what he comes up with and everything. So I am pumped to get to that. But yeah, we're gonna get right into this. I'm excited to see how it sounds and looks and just like everything. So we're gonna get right into it. So let's go. I just want to put in a preface that I will pause and everything. So if you don't like that, totally fine. This just might not be the video for you, and I will probably watch it twice just because I like to talk more about it and like the second viewing and stuff too. But we're getting right to this, so let's go. Dude, everything that he's been putting out so far though, I'm so glad he's like putting out multiple things.
I think we could last forever. I'm afraid that everything will disappear. Just trust me.
That opening. Transitions. The hair? Oh. Ooh, okay. His voice right there just sounded so good, like so Jimin. Like that quality he has. This, wow, it's a different route than what I thought he was gonna do. I thought he was gonna come more with like a more ballady, more R&B sounding, but this is more like R&B mixed with like kind of 80s. Like that, especially when that beat comes in and everything, very like that style. But just how it started, I love I love how it had that like talking over it right here.
We could last forever.
You get his distant voice in the back singing, but then you get that up front like whisper right in your ear over that instrumental.
Just trust me.
And this transition. I love how you get that constant bass in the back. That dragging harmony right there. I am loving this. I love those vocals with him, the layering. Yeah, that very like synth piano right there is very like 80s and 70s, so good. The shots in this. The transitions, man, are so good. That camera work. But yeah, this song is so good. It's definitely giving me like late 70s, early 80s vibes, like especially with that instrumental and everything. But I love how different this is from the other one that he released because it shows so many different sides to him and just what he can do. And just so, like, Jimin has such a specific tone and specific voice, but he makes it work with everything that he wants to do, which I feel is such a characteristic of an artist, like an actual artist that knows their voice very well and just like what they want to do and what they want to do with it over on top, especially like an instrumental like this. I love this. This is like totally my style of music too. So I feel like this is just like such a good release, man. The instrumental, I love that. You get that constant bass right there. This look on Jimin with this hair is one of, like, I'm gonna say it off the bat, this is one of my favorite looks from Jimin. Like, he looks so good. This whole styling on him. The way. Dude, this is like this vibe from him. Wow, he's doing a lot of English in here too. This breakdown. Ooh, and then it brings in more of that feel in the beginning.
What's the point?
It's like he's going through this whole process and everything, and then he's literally right back to where he was at the beginning with like this more emptiness feeling and everything, but having that extra element to it. Oh, dude, so good. Yeah, like I said, this is totally my style of music. Like, I feel like the first, like, Set Me Free Part 2, I loved that song. Like, the instrumental, especially how heavy it was and just more like an anthem-based song it was, and how much he experimented with his voice and just the different qualities he brought out and everything. I loved that, and I love when artists do that and experiment and everything, especially when they go and do and experiment more with their solo stuff to like represent what they want to do, is one of my favorite things. And I feel like Jimin is doing that so well. Like, that song had its own kind of feeling and style to it, and I know some people, like, I did touch like on it a little bit, how I'm usually not a fan of autotune, and I know that song definitely had it, especially in the second verse of it, and I know that threw people off a lot, but I admired so much how I like autotune when people use it in a specific way to represent the style that they're going for or the experimentation with their voice and making it more of a stylistic choice rather than covering up mistakes, and that's what he did, and that's why I loved it. but it was so good. But this, I feel like, is such a separate style. I feel like more people are going to vibe with this song too, like just a wider audience, especially like international and everything too, just because this is very reminiscent of like late 70s, early 80s, like very, like I'm getting a lot of like mixes of just 80s pop mixed with like kind of Bowie-esque stuff and everything, and just like so like that style, but with a modern twist and everything, especially with Jimin's tone and his voice and how he's using that over specific rhythms throughout the song. I just love it. And that guitar is just so good, especially in the beginning, and then he brings it back at the end, and just like there's so much to talk about, like the camera work especially. I love especially how he's been doing it with Set Me Free Part 2. I loved the camera work in that too. But this one, I feel like the transitions were so good and well thought out. I loved that eye shot in the beginning, and just like the transitions and set pieces too, and different frame rates. I love how they slow it down and everything, especially with that club scene, how it kind of focuses in on him, which they do at the end of Set Me Free Part 2 too, which I really like because it singles him out and really shows you like the story of what he wants to like show. But like I said, we're gonna watch this again. So let's go. But I love this song. I already know this is gonna be on repeat for me. Like this whole style is up my alley so much.
Last forever. I'm afraid that everything will disappear. Just trust me.
Like this, oh, that is so good. That mash cut. And right here, can we talk about how beautiful Jimin is? Look at his hair, his skin, just like the lighting in this video too. I love how they have these warmer tones, but when it switches to those other scenes with the club and everything, it gets more into that cooler, kind of more lonely element and everything. And then you get this, which is very much on that warmer side with like the greens and oranges. It's just such a good mix stylistically. Just so nice and just like so pleasing to the eye and everything. But I love how this instrumental comes in. You get that very faint guitar right here with the plucking. You get that bass that comes in too. Like the snare right there. See, I love how just like the Like Crazy title and everything, it's like and even with the Set Me Free Part 2 and everything, he's talking about how he has to go insane to stay sane, and I feel like this connects so well to that. How it's like he's going crazy and then he goes to the club and everything, and it like mixes those feelings, then it's back at the end. I love when he does that. It's like a very like vocal fry and stuff, but he adds like that kind of run into it too. His vocals on this were so good. That dragging harmony after it, it's so beautiful. That airiness to it. Ooh, when you get those like the very like echoey drop sounds. That is such a good progression. So catchy. Especially this, I love that effect. And like the heat temperature and everything. Ooh, and then I love that too. In this, it singles him out. Everybody else is moving at like that, like more slower, like dragged out movement and everything right here with that kind of like stop motion kind of feel and everything. And it singles him out, but then in this part, he kind of joins into that, and now everything's moving at the same pace. I love how he gives us time to breathe too. It's so nice. Ooh, and it speeds up. I love that. And he's kind of like losing himself in like all of this, and now he's like still alone and fighting that person. This look, man, is so good. See, even that transition. How that comes out from behind him. Oh. And then the swooping movement, and it goes forward. Yeah, it's like he realizes he's wasting all this time and everything doing all of this, but that's what makes him forget all of, like, pretty much forget all the worries and like himself and everything. But each time he does it, it's like you're going to like a party and stuff at night and everything, just like forget things and stuff, but it's still the same the next day. And it's just that little span of time and everything that just... I love how smooth this is. Ooh, and then even that, how it's like he uses the reds and blues and everything to like show the different feelings up here. How this is like rushed, and then this is like all by himself.
Alone again. What's the point?
So good, man. Like, yeah, like I said, I loved that song to begin with. The instrumental especially, I love how it brought in so many different elements, but it was pretty consistent throughout the whole thing, besides like the switch ups it did, which I felt like were such a good choice. Jimin's voice, I adore his voice so much, and the specific tone that he has, and the way that he over the years has learned how to use it so well, and just how he wants to use it in a song. And I love how he's finally getting like that just freedom to express what he wants to, and just what he wants to come out with, he's going to come out with. It doesn't matter if it's like replayable quality or anything like that. It's what he wants to portray and just give to people and just make as an artist. And I love that. That's one of my favorite qualities about Jimin, is that he does everything with like his artistic eye and everything. And I just love how this came out. It definitely had a separate feeling than Set Me Free Part 2 and everything. He's showcasing the different versatility and stuff that he can do. And I find that so admirable and just so good. Like, such a good choice for him. And I love it. This was so good. I love the music video. The lighting and composition of each shot was so good. And it really brought you into the atmosphere and everything that he wanted you to be in, which I loved. And it's just like pretty much a little bit of like that dazed feeling while you're watching and listening to the song, especially with that echoey kind of vocals and stuff in the back, mixed with just like the more dragging, slowed down, like impaired shots and stuff, especially like when he was in the club and everything and everybody else was kind of moving like that around him. And then I love how it shows him joining in at some parts and everything, and then you get to switch to those red areas where he's like alone and kind of having that more like not freak out, but more like realization and everything that it's losing away and everything. But then you get back to the blue area and stuff, and it's kind of like that other world that he's part of. And I just love like the different representations throughout this, which is so good. And I just love this song. Like I said, this is totally my style of music. So I already know this is going to be on repeat. And I feel like a lot of people are going to love this song too. So I am so excited to get to the album and hear what else he has. Because I know on that album he's going to have a slow song, I'm hoping. And Jimin's vocals are some of my favorite. So I just want to see, especially with these two songs, what he's like prepared for the rest of the album. And because I know just with these two, they're so switched up and so different and like stylistic wise. So I'm excited to see what he has for the rest of like the track listing and everything. So I will be doing that. I just love Jimin so much and BTS in general. And I am just so happy that he's finally like able to do all this stuff and everything and just like making stuff that he wants to create. And it's just so nice. I know that he's coming out with a few lives and stuff of different songs and everything, different performances. And I will be doing those and then the album and everything and just more Jimin and BTS in general. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching with me and everything. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.